everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Saturday. I hope you're having a lovely weekend so far. I'm here. We're up. We're at it. I'm doing a pet battle, but don't mind me. I was just checking for rares, and I saw that they were going to give me 15 polished pet charms, and I thought, well, that's like almost half of the ultimate battle training stuff. How you doing? What? One of my favorite parts of the day. Oh, Kitty agrees it's one of her favorite parts too. Although I was bothered. Oh, hang on. Oopsies. Fat fingering my own stream deck. Bothering our poor madam here because I finally found her nail scissors. I thought they were in my desk. I thought they were. Can I do your back feet? Can I do your back feet, honey? I did your front ones and they're not so bad, although you are stuck. Ugh. Hi. It's okay. Okay. Just let me do these ones. They're so sharp. They're so sharp. Yeah, you're okay. Alright, well, we did one. That'll do for now, I suppose. Let's see. This one. But yeah, I'm planning on doing some remix today. I was thinking about doing a little round of general content on that new alt that I just finished leveling, just to get her out of, like, her leveling gear, really. I'm starting to think I don't have the right script for this battle, because I haven't done any damage to any of them. That feels a bit off. Am I running? Am I right? I have the add-ons. Do I have the right team? This is Rock Collector. That's what it says. If it didn't work the first time, maybe we don't care that much. Let's just check and see if the rest of our rares are up, and then maybe log over. We got quite a few rares killed yesterday, but we did not get lucky and get any crackling shards to drop. So, you know, we just gotta have a little look. Also, maybe I should turn candy buckets off, because Halloween is over. Candy buckets, that's the stuff. Oh, no, it was off. Well, then what do I have on? Handy notes? Yeah, that's what it is. It's Handy Notes Hallow's End. She doesn't need that. How many shards are you at by now? We have 7. 7 out of 10. I'm not holding on this character, so we had to think about it for a little second. We're close enough that we feel like we're getting there, but we're not so close that we're like drop everything and do nothing else almost there. It being Saturday, we're also past the World Quest reset, so at some point, I might mosey on over to Undermine. You're so sweet. You're such a nice kitty. Mosey to Undermine and see about catching up on those World Quests for some rep, because gotta keep the rep chugging. For a while, I was doing my Undermine weeklies, and I was doing all of the World Quests for one batch of them, but then I wouldn't log on again in the week. I would either do my weeklies late, or I would... Basically, I was only doing half of the available world quests. And we could be getting more Paragon caches and thus more miscellaneous Mechanica if we remember to just log in one more time. And they don't take that long. It's not such a big deal. Doing World Soul Memories for achievements, and I can't explain why. If you feel it down deep in your soul, that's enough. That's reason enough. I've had that happen before too. Not with World Soul Memories. Can't relate to that. But just feeling drawn to do a thing and then not being able to quite articulate it. I mean, it's a good time in the expansion for it, you know? Good morning, Meathead. How you doing today? Happy Saturday. Imagine if you did drop everything else. You could be done today. Yeah, with something this RNG, I could drop everything and then still do this for 2 more weeks before finishing it. I think that's part of why I haven't done that. 25 more dells for the 1K achievement. Oh, nice. I've had this on manual focus for a while, and depending on how much I'm slouching or how close or far I'm back I'm sitting, it might need a little bit of adjusting. I want to scooch my chair in a little bit more, but I don't want to. I've got my kitty on my lap, and I don't want to smoosh her under my desk. Is this one up over here, maybe? Why did you have it on manual? Because autofocus was causing... People were complaining about it. And they're right. It's for like a fixed situation like this, I should be able to get away with manual focus. Especially if I'm not trying to show things like super close to the camera. But anyways, I was just messing with it. The problem is that I like having a fairly shallow depth of field for the way that it looks, which means that you don't have a huge range of where is in focus. If you have a deeper if you can light it so that you can, it's a whole thing. It's not such a big deal. It is not the thing I need to be worrying about today. Happy Saturday, Hazel. Happy Saturday. How are you? I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Hope the weather's treating everybody right. Yeah, technicalities. Steph the Bee, thank you for the 67-month resub. That's a lot of months. Welcome back, Steph. Hope you're doing all right. Foster Kitty has new family now and apparently 15-year-old sister cat. Oh, exciting day. Grats to Foster Kitty. How are you feeling? How are you doing? So many months. We killed Sweet Spark, yeah. But there's another one. Ever since Remix came out, I've had a lot less competition for these rares on this server in war mode. For a while when I first started doing this, there was a bunch of other people with the same idea. And I occasionally had to fight them to the death because I am in war mode. But I think those people must be doing Remix or something because I've had these rares all to myself for a few days. Couldn't go to drop off, had a nice hang before you left, I'll be okay. Baby was lucky to have ya. We're gonna check on... We did that. Oh, there's another. All three of these are up. Wow. That's exciting. Let's go see Matriarch Charfuria. Down to needing one rare drop from more within rares. Nice. Which rare... Or what drop is it? Where are you farming? Is it like a specific zone you're in? I imagine it's one of those that's shared among rares? Most of them are. I guess not all of them. I'm kind of surprised that there are still items that I need from rares in this zone, given what a habit I've made of doing them. I kind of thought I would have had it all cleaned up by now, but I still need a cloak off Chronolith, a staff off of Plague Heart, a sword off of Rot Fist, and then 2 things from Twice Stinger, a gun and a cloak. Crazy. I'd make the argument that, oh man, maybe they would prefer to drop for classes that can use them. But A, they drop BOA anyway. It's Warbound anyway, so I don't know if it matters. And B, they're cloaks! And like, I don't know, like a lot of this stuff I can be used. I've been doing this on my Priest and my Hunter, and those 2 classes cover most of those things except for the sword. Loving the hair, it's so cute. Thank you. I put it up in my buns today. I was feeling like a decaying crab that's been hauled up from the crusty depths of a seafood processing facility. Didn't sleep so good. And then I thought, I'm not gonna be, you know, fresh and bubbly and vibrant. I won't be the dewy picture of youth, but I can have cute hair. Let's go check on Clawbreaker. Quite specific. One of those nights where you're not sleeping well, so you have just like a long string of bizarre dreams that are like really vivid and that like won't leave when you wake up. There was one of them where I had, and I won't do this forever because I know it's boring to listen to people talk about their dreams. I had taken a weed gummy, like an edible, which is something I've never in my life done, so I have no idea what it's like. So my brain, I guess, just had to backfill what it thinks that's like. And in the dream, I took like a huge one. It was like a Jello shot. And I'm like, I don't know if this is right for a newbie, but sure. It said weak, so why not? And I took it like a Jello shot, as you do. And then I was like fine for like an hour of dream time, and then I passed out in the dream to then have another dream. They were nested. Cultivators, Plant Puncher drops from 5 rares, low drop rate in all of them. Some of them have much better drop rates in items than others. That's kind of annoying. Those are the worst. Yeah, Twice Stinger does not want to cough up either of the things that Twice Stinger can drop for me. Did you dream of any spinning tops? No. I haven't seen Inception in a long time. I did dream about a doctor that was assaulting me, and in the dream, I remember yelling at this doctor, being like, I appreciate the medical attention, I understand that I need that, I don't want to lose you as a medical provider, but if you could stop that, that would be great. Because of how hard it is to find a doctor in the dream, I was like, okay, this is not ideal, but let's see if we can't salvage this. Oh dear. Did I do Clawbreaker or did I just see him? I can't remember. Yeah, that's grim. That's what I get for watching True Crime. I want to check on this one and then that guy, and then we can hop on Remix, because I'm going to need to actually play Snow Crab for a hot minute to get her to a point where I'm comfortable trying to do Deathless TOV, so I may as well start that sooner rather than later. Inception is quite long. There's Weakles. Oh, that's just the Delph one. I know it's turbo boosting, not really turbo boosting. You know what it occurred to me I haven't done is, if I wanted to get more crests on my priest as well for Kaiveza, she could do like 3 11 delves. She could just do 3 bountiful delves on 11s, and then that would give her both gilded crest directly, but also the runed ones that you can trade 45 up into 15. You know, you get a bunch of those. They're not capped or anything. You get a bunch of those from doing delves, and you can turn those in. I did that a bit. I had them traded up. How do you feel about people complimenting your hair today? It's alright. It's fine. It's different. I did do something different with it. I had a dream that a teacher of mine totaled my car, and when I woke up, I was irrationally mad at her. Oh, man. It's funny. Grips of the Earth. Yeah, he likes dropping those. He does not like dropping the cloak for me. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this character here. No crackling shards, but we'll hop on Remix. We'll go do some remixy things. Started leveling classes to get the Deathless Mogs, but now I got all the Mogs 1 class away from all level 80 classes. Nice. Yeah, once you've done a couple, they start going real quick. How many alts have I leveled in Remix? 3 characters. My Remix main and then 2 alts. I have a Hunter, I have a Mage, and now I have a Paladin that I've just gotten to 80. She's a Paladin, right? Yeah, she is. That's right. These are my Remix characters. I'll probably do one more after Snow Crab, but I want to get her through TOV. Cloak is much lower. There's a rare in the spider area with a better drop rate on it. Oh. 400 XP boost makes it go so fast. I only have 230 and I still feel like I got this alt leveled in no time. It does look cute, but it takes all my willpower to not say nice buns. Oh, I appreciate both the joke and also the restraint. I wanted to put scrunchies on them, but I couldn't do it. This is a very sad story. I couldn't do it because yesterday one of my scrunchies fell off of my hair and it landed in a bowl that had hot sauce in it. And it got hot sauce on my scrunchie and I tried to wash it out and I think I got most of it and I don't think you'll be able to tell, but I still need to finish putting it through the laundry. I was just pre-treating the stain. It was very sad. I didn't want a spicy scrunchie. Okay. Snow Crab. Snow Crab is 2 out of 4 world quest for this Dreamweavers thing. That seems reasonable. That seems like an easy thing to do. Let's pop over and do that. Any infinite research she can do will be good. Doing dungeons will be good as well. Let's get her in a heroic queue. Especially if she has... Oh no, hang on. Let's get her in a normal queue because she has a research for that. And I'm just going to DPS queue for it this time just in case this bites me in the butt. Tragic, so sad, poor Scrunchy. You ever get in one of those moods where you're just predisposed to be melancholy? Not in like a real world-shattering way, but you're just kind of boo-boo. And you know that the things you're sad about are not that consequential, but you're just in it. Just having one of those days. Some days are for crying. I'm having one of those days where I get like, sometimes when I get really stressed, for, again, no good reason because my life's not that hard, but some days when I get really stressed, I get like these big bands of tension through my shoulders and across my chest, and I'm having one of those days, and it's like it's not even tax season. I'm not even, you know, like behind on anything important. I usually get those when I'm like, you know, feeling really overwhelmed about something, and I feel like everything's kind of under control, as much as it ever is anyway. Oh, Lure of the Unknown Depths? Yeah, let's pop that on. That'll help. Any gear. I really just want to get her to like 578-ish average. That's all I really want to do here. Did I do a world quest? I did. Wow. And then, well, it'll be nice and fast. Really, any of these. Doesn't really matter. More vitamin D. Movie Alien vs. Predator today brings me to the question, what is the worst movie that you ever paid money to see, preferably in cinema? Ooh, short aside, love the word cinema. We don't use it enough in North America. It's like it's a word, but it doesn't come up much. If you tell someone you're going to the cinema, they're gonna think that you had like a, I don't know, you've got your opera gloves on. It's just a fancy. It feels fancy. You would be just like, I'm gonna go to the movies or to maybe the movie theater to distinguish it from the a different kind of theater. But worst movie that I've ever paid to see in a theater. That's gonna be an interesting one, because I did have a little bit of a movie theater phase when I lived in Victoria, so I did go see some stuff. Was any of it bad? I don't know. Maybe I just had a night. Maybe I enjoyed them all, even if they weren't very good, because I was on dates with my partner and I was just having a nice time to be out. You know, put on real pants. Wow. Something. Do they make the Void Elf Demon Hunters unique, or do they share the same as non-Demon Hunters? Do they share the same what? Oh, voice lines. Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea. Can never keep straight where you say cinema and where theater. I mean, I think it's pretty interchangeable. I would, if I was talking about going to the theater, here, I would, depending on the context, clarify whether I meant like a movie theater or whether I meant like a live theater. Yeah. And the D&D movie with Jeremy Irons in it, got free tickets, won a copy of Baldur's Gate with Jeremy Irons. Who's Jeremy Irons? That was the recent D&D movie I really liked. AVP2 or Sucker Punch. I'm trying to think of stuff that would have come out like 2 years ago or last year that I went and saw that I didn't like very much. I don't know. I saw some stuff I really liked. Hey everyone. Hello. How you doing? I mean, I went and saw Inside Out 2, and I was kind of bored, but it wasn't a bad movie. I guess wasn't, I don't know. I don't know what I wanted from it. I just remember really enjoying the first Inside Out, but I guess it came out a long time ago, and I was more receptive to just like an easy family movie at the time. Oh, the old D&D movie from 2000. Gotcha. Yeah, I only know the newer one with what is it? Jean Bridgerton man, very tall. Also other people, but that's the bit part is the one that I remember. Happy weekend, Hazel Chat. Happy weekend. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, no, that movie was fun. That was great. Made it 5 minutes into Inside Out 2, tapped out, didn't really grab me. Yeah, I watched the whole thing because we like went to the theater for it, but I don't remember it being a movie to end all movies or anything. It was fine. It was bad. Okay, turn in that emissary. Ooh, I wanted to know actually. I don't know how often the world quests reset. I wanted to see if Crawdad has new world quests in Broken Shore because he's pretty close to getting his rep finish. That will give him, getting his rep finish will give him whatchamacallit, thingy. Presents, reward. Wow. Ballisters, thanks for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Have you ever left in the middle of the movie? Once, yeah. I went to the theater as like a teenager on a pretty bad date. And the movie was a horror movie, and I thought I could watch it, and I couldn't. I don't remember what the movie was. I made it like 20 minutes in, and then I was too scared and just not having a good time. So I left. And I don't even remember what it was. It wasn't like it was a great horror movie. I'm sure it was just something generic. Kieran, or should I do that too? I don't know. There's something for her to pop on. We've got a Trial of Valor normal quest as well. That wouldn't hurt. Maybe we do that. We'll also get something if we do... let's just pop back for the moment. Let's give her a Hearthstone. Stick a Hearthstone on her bar. Any of them, that'll do. I remember wanting to walk out of a few movies, can't even remember what they were anymore. Do you remember anything that happened? There was like a spooky house or something, which clarifies it in no way. Ad ended. What do you say about the Void Elf Demon Hunter? I just said I didn't know. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about their voice lines. Did you tell your date? Oh no, I told my date. I left with the date. In hindsight, I kind of wish I hadn't. But, you know, what are you gonna do? We're... walked out after the opening scene of Kingsman, so violent, and... Pan's Labyrinth was a lot more gross violent than I expected, and it wasn't for kids, but still, yeah. Let's do this one. (2002) No, not 2002. I was 10 years old in 2002. I would have been 17, 16 or something by then. 17. Maybe 18? I don't know. Somewhere in there. Infinite Research. I don't have any desire to figure out what the movie was, by the way. You're welcome to if it sounds fun to you, but it's not really eating a hole in my brain over here. 10 more quests for that one. Sure, yeah. No problem. The other nice thing about doing this is I'm getting bronze the whole time, and I do still need bronze, so it's not like it's for nothing. Good morning, young one. How you doing? Legion Remix is so fun. Wish it was permanent. Being able to join LFR from level 20. Love it. I like it a lot. I do think if it was permanent, I would, like, forget it existed after a couple months, though. Alright, that's an upgrade. That's an upgrade. That's fine, actually. Any defensive things that she can have. She's not really here to do damage. She's just here to survive. So it actually wouldn't be the end of the world for me to have. Yeah, to be wearing like an arcane metal of protection to give me the backpedal shield. That would be good. You don't really need much gear for this. I'm just trying to get myself some stam to make myself feel safe, really. Lemix will watch you streaming. Nice. So we're 9 minutes into a 10-minute queue. That should go off pretty soon. That's just for a random normal. We also have the Heroic Dungeon quest. We could also do some world quests. I think we have, we should have some Kirin Tor ones available somewhere. Yeah, there's a few of them up there. Let's go mosey over in that direction. First thing I did at Max Miles for this was Mythic, and all three went fine. I'll feel better about it at 570 than like 420. I just have some bad gear gaps. I think my pants are still really behind. I've got item level 300 pants. I just want the stamina to make me feel okay, because it's gonna. I know myself, and it's going to unreasonably bum me out if I do die in the TOV. So I think I owe it to myself to do like a tiny bit of diligence to give myself a tiny bit of extra stamina, just because the stakes are higher than they should be. Quest marker add-on. I am using an add-on called Waypoint UI. It's just modifying the waypoint indicator. It's not doing anything the base game doesn't do. It's just making it look bigger, really. Now, was the house in your movie owned by the devil, or was it maybe the last one on the left? Couldn't tell you. No idea. It was vaguely rectangular, but I think that's almost all houses. It's very rare for them to be orbs. I feel like when I was a little kid, the idea of like a novelty-shaped house was very interesting and exciting. And then when I grew up and I found out they're all boxes, for, you know, physics reasons. tiny bit less magic in the world. Alright. We can do this. We're good at this. That does sound fun. Maybe it's just from watching, like, early 2000s movies, oopsies, that had, I don't know, like really crazy zany houses that I kind of thought that if I like really believed in my dreams, I would end up with like a, I don't know, like a bubble house. Midnight will introduce non-Euclidean geometry for homes. Whoa, that's not what we meant to do. Quick, bubble. Okay. Kind of cheat, make a yurt house. Yeah, that's true. You could do that. Hi, yeah. I just want to do this world quest. I wonder why it won't. There it goes. There it goes. So we wanted to be a bit far forward because last time it did not get us far enough forward. There we go. And you can't really like adjust your position aside from determining how long you're going to fall for once you get out there, so. Oh, I wonder if this will stick. Kind of doubt it. Briefly stayed in a wedge-shaped house during a holiday, and the amount of custom furniture that place needed turned me right off that novelty. Seen a video about an orbital house. Yeah, I mean, even nowadays, I used to want like a round bed. I don't know why, but you know, the challenge of buying sheets and then making the bed, it's hard enough to put a fitted sheet on a bed when you have corners. It would be very difficult without any corners. Mystery. What is going to happen with your character when you come out of the dungeon? It could be death. We could just have to hope that our bubble's off cooldown. Dude, that same world quest got frustrated, gave up. I never had any patience for those particular ones back in Legion. I did not. I have actually been doing okay with them lately. I don't know what changed. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, sweetie? Someone's doing lots of damage, which is nice. That's what we want. I gotta remember not to hit too many things. If there's someone carrying the dungeon, don't be a hero. Just try and keep up. Nice. I don't even know what our artifact weapon is doing. Like what tree I'm on. I guess I don't have enough power for it to be relevant? I have 205k. I guess my add-on stopped spending them for me automatically. Maybe that's part of my problem. I feel like with my height, I would get 70% of usable bed area for 150% of the floor space on a round bed. Wow, I'm very dumb. For a moment, I'm like, what does your height have to do with it? In a bed, you're not usually standing up. And also a round one could be the same height as a square one. And then I thought for like an extra 5 seconds and then I sorted myself out. But for a moment I was very confused. Yeah, I know what you mean. Does that mean that people are rectangles? You did sleep poorly. Yeah, it wasn't great. Well, yeah, okay. We'll sort it out. Does she have Legion Remix Helper? She does. Does her Legion Remix Helper know that I want it to
4, 3, 2, 1.
node purchase? It does. Huh. Oh well. People are rectangles when you roll them out, sure. Yeah, just like baked goods. Add-on that auto-spends your power for you. Yeah, and I'm surprised that mine is not doing that. I mean, right now I'm in combat, so that's why, but I kind of forgot to even worry about it for a while on my last character because I was so used to Remix Helper just slamming them for me. Playing Cyberpunk 2077 currently, and one of the in-game apartments has a bed built into the nook of a wall. And now I'm wondering if he makes their bed without screaming in frustration. I mean, depending on how into the nook too, like without bonking your head. I feel like that's a thing that happens to lots of people, is sleeping in beds that like don't have very much vertical clearance and then like slamming your head every morning when you wake up. Alright, elevator's finally working, that's good. kind of more or less. I don't even know what branch this character wants to go in. Couldn't tell you. Happens a lot in movies, probably less IRL. What, bonking your head when you wake up? I don't know, this came from life for me. Although I've had some questionable headboards and some bunk beds in my life for sure. Had a daybed as a kid, so it was basically enclosed on 3 sides, not fun. I used to love like a little bed nook for coziness. When I was a kid for a while, we had a set of bunk beds, and for years they were in my room, but they were both for me because I'm a princess, and my sister had like a bigger bed. So I could use like the top bunk, and I could tuck all my like plushies and stuff in, and then I could sleep on the bottom bunk. But if I really wanted to like change it up, I could sleep on the top bunk instead, and no one would have to know. I could secretly switch beds, which was greatly exciting to me. You know. But the top one was so close to the ceiling that you did have to be a bit careful about sitting up and like crawling into it. But it was cozy. Rebel Hazel, right? More like bonk beds, am I right? Bonk your head, not anything else. I used to always worm my feet under my mattress and stick them between the slats of the actual bed frame and the mattress. Kind of amazing I didn't get stuck. This one. Man, I could never see Vault of the Wardens again, and that would be alright with me. I could live with that. Oh, I forgot I didn't have that talent. There's a talent that makes you live when you jump off of stuff. And I kind of forgot that I don't have that. Oh well. Here, we'll just bubble this time. Oh, bubble doesn't last that long. Oh, this is gonna be embarrassing. Oh, we just made it. we just squeezed that one out. Where's my freedom? I know that's a thing that I can do. I can't see anything, it's too dark. I don't know. Moving on the edge, or over the edge as it were. Really hate that dungeon. It's got the triple whammy. It's got a boss at the end that can kill you even if you kind of know what's going on. It's got multiple elevators. Apparently it has a great deal of wind, although the game's having mercy on me now.
Phase change.
It's got 5 bosses. What are you gonna main in Midnight? I was thinking about playing a priest. My gnome priest. Not changing my main. I'm already a priest main. Okay. So that was my normal dungeon. Bug where you can skip the last boss in Mythic Plus. Huh. Hunter Flare exposes the spiders. Ooh, that's kind of neat. And also, this is the answer to what happens, is I'm not falling, but also I'm not in the middle of that world quest that I was doing. I would accept that as a compromise. It does look like I'm gonna have to start over. Yeah, let's put that on. We like some defensive jewelry. I don't really know why I'm trying to do this Kirin Tor thing. It doesn't particularly seem worth it. This one. Here we go. I guess it's a little bit fun. Under. Oh. Is it because you don't want it to beat you? Hey Hazel, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that either, really. I was feeling so cool for... Oh, oopsies. I was feeling so cool for the first bit of that second half. Like, oh man, I'm so good at this. We're just gonna zoop right through this. I'm gonna look so cool in front of my audience. Wow. Because there's no way to reposition yourself after you've started going. Like, the zoop zoops you forward a set amount. Woohoo. No! Okay. I thought they were gonna cheat me. We're good, we're good. And I got an upgrade as well, which helps. 578. Good. Okay. Also, we can use one of these. Hope to get pants, really. 584. I also am pretty sure I have a Magic of Flight quest around here we can do too. Hi, Lignaros. How you doing? Happy Saturday. This one I feel like I can't cheat with a flying mount actually, because when I do it in a flying mount, I'm not able to like loot the thing. But it also takes like no time to do it normally, so it's not that big of a deal. You've inspired me. I'll try it again. For whatever reason, I hated those in Legion, and they're kind of fun. The Magic of Flight ones are kind of fun now. I don't know what's wrong with me. You can if you loot it from the very top. Oh. Okay. If I do just one more Kieran Tor quests, there's another like the Wind here. I did just talk a big game about how fun they are. I guess I kind of have to do that. Here, we'll use this too. There's a belt? Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I want to make sure that I spend her stuff. Could not tell you. I know you want to do like the whole base thing. I could not tell you in what direction we want to go. Probably Twisted Crusade, I'm assuming, because that was what I did for physical damage. I mean, it was ranged, but sure, why not? Give me the big demon. That makes sense for a light forged paladin. I guess I could always change it if I wanted to. I need to go. Oh, it's so high. It's so high up. Not skywriting over mountains. Anything but skywriting over mountains. Maybe I'll have them fly past me over there and then I don't have to figure it out. If you're on a flying mount, while triggering the world quest, you can fly to the end. Some are a bit tricky though. I have never been able to get that to work. It either doesn't spawn the course or it forces me off my mount when I've tried that, but maybe I'm just doing it wrong. You're not the first person I've heard of talking about that. Oh, this is terrible. I can't even get up to the flight path. Let's at least go somewhere where my bird can rest. Normally switch to regular flying for it. Yeah, I don't blame you. We can sit in the queue actually while we're thinking about it. Do you not have your skywriting biscuits? Oh yeah, I do have some skywriting biscuits. Usable well skywriting. That's a good point. Woohoo. I completely forgot about those. I almost never use them. Is this where I'm going? No, that's a kobold nest thing. That's not right. I also probably could have gone around this mountain completely, but whatever. Yep. Yep, my objective's way downhill. Oh well. That's okay. Maybe I should have purged the kobold nest. I need to remind myself I'm not gearing this all the way up. I'm really at this point looking for a pair of pants. Everything else. Pants and bracers. Just for some stam. It'll just make me feel better. Any pants and bracers. Oh, see, this one it did let me stand them out, right? No, didn't like that. Oh, my dungeon. Yeah. Might have to do this afterwards. You still have to follow the course. Alright, I'm here. Hopefully someone here is juiced. I'm ready. Impress me, fellow people. Wait, you're level 39, you're level 46. You're level 80. Let me see. Yeah, okay. That'll work. You're not full geared, but you're not far off. What about you? Hmm. My expectations are all twisted. Now I'm like a tiny bit disappointed if there's no one that's like 700 plus in the group for a random heroic. Because like, what good am I here? I'm just... Here, we have details, slash details. Yeah, not much good. Although I am second, actually. I am kind of glad that I decided to use the one button assistant for this alt for Remix. It's taken a lot of the, It's not even like I don't know how to play Ret Paladin, I just didn't want to be bothered setting up her bars. I did vaguely learn how to play Ret Paladin for Anthus. I was doing it in Delves and stuff. I was setting him up and I, like, read the guide and stuff. But I just couldn't be bothered to get my action bars sorted, so, you know, just hammer the one button. Pumper's doing less dungeons, new frogs. More or less solo carrying a raid through Mythic 2. Nice. Maybe I should do that on Crawdad today. He needs to do stuff that's going to give him armies a Legion Fall rep. Yeah, for the Demon Hunter.
Charging.
Yeah, they're doing well enough.
Interrupt.
Slash details. Toggle. Come on, Panzer bracers. Ooh, I got bracers. Nice. That'll help. Now we just need pants. Stop doing daily dungeons when I got 740. They don't give you a load of IP. Yeah, it's fair. Do you want to stop at this one? That's what I get. Never interrupt if it's not the polymorph. Not willing to try with no pants? I mean, it would be nice to get some pants. It doesn't seem like a lot to ask. It's something I decided I want. It doesn't seem unreasonable. If I'm enjoying doing it, I don't see why not. There we go. Plus, we're getting bronze anyway. I'm gonna need it for buying the rest of the sets that I'm looking for. We're gonna need lots of bronze. I wouldn't mind getting everything bought for this phase and then saving up a bit extra to shorten the amount of time I have to spend next phase. Because I'm gonna need a lot of bronze next phase. I have some expensive items on the toy vendor that I don't have yet. However, if I do like the rest of my research here and I still don't have pants, then I'll consider it.
Find shelter.
Moved a Remix tune to retail yesterday and forgot to transfer her bronze away. Oh no, 700k bronze. Oh, it's brutal. It is good to know that the transfer's working again. I know that was turned off for a little while. Maybe they must have sorted that out. Hey look, pants! Wow! Nice! Surprise! That puts her at 578, which is pretty much where I wanted to be. Plus, she's got some nice defensive things. She's got a little arcane ward, a little Aegis, a little temporal retaliation. Won't hurt. Good for helping survive. I'm just gonna be on Helya just backpedaling to get my my shield booted up.
Phase change.
This is exciting. Is the drowning debuff also a thing? How do you transfer bronze? It's a transferable currency, so you log on to the character that you want to keep the bronze on. You pull currencies, so you log on to your destination character. You open up bronze in your currency tab, you click on it, and then you can go to transfer, and it will show you a menu of which characters you could transfer it from, how much they have, and you can select how much you'd like to move. Any warband transferable currency will work like that. It's nice. It's good stuff. I used it a lot for undermine things. I would transfer, and resonance crystals actually on retail. Transfer all my resonance crystals. Destination character sounds fancy. Yeah. Pretty fancy. I still haven't. She's still riding her purple griffin. I usually pick out a mount, like a flying mount, and pop it on the action bar for a new ult. I just never got around to it. She's lucky she's got a custom well, not a custom transmog, but a transmog at all. Yeah, after this, it should be not a big deal to do Trial of Valor. I can make the group again and stack it up a bit. And just like we did on my mage. Get a funerary plate. And then once I have that, I can see what I want to do, if there's anything I want to do in Crawdad before I start. It seems not that unreasonable to get the rest of my, to get the last Deathless set. If I'm going to have 3 of 4, getting a little ahead of myself, but if I'm going to have 3 of 4, we may as well level a leather character and we'll pick out something. We don't even have to commit to it for life or anything. We could just have something. Oh, Sanguinette, thank you very much for the 28-month resub. Appreciate it. We could be a demon hunter, we could be a monk, we could be a rogue, we could be a druid. There's some reason to do demon hunter, but I don't know if I care. Too mythic, kind of sketchy when the raid lead doesn't fill up the raid and you have one OP person and the rest is at like maybe 50 to 100 verse. If you had a hunter in there with a, like 140 verse, that would be okay, right? He's helping. You know, just asking for a friend.
Watch your step.
Might as well do a DH, one of the toys, DH only on the vendor. Is it only purchasable by a DH or just only usable by a DH? Because if I could buy it on anybody, then like, it would just be like anything else. You have to have a demon hunter to purchase it?
Range 5.
Alright. Fine. But I'm using the one button. That seems so stupid. They don't make you play any given thing to purchase anything else. I don't think. The only thing that can get scary is Entomb is Kill Jaden. They usually let you buy the stuff. Made one, bought the toy, and then deleted her. Yeah. Well, I'm not happy about it. It's because it can only drop for a DH. But usually, like, I understand it only being usable, but usually they let anybody buy it. So you could, no, I don't know. I'm just salty. Bought it on something else. Huh? Huh? That's what I want to hear. That's what I'm looking for. Hunter, I think? I should look on my hunter, actually. I should take a look at it. We should also make sure I don't have it and that this isn't a Maiden of Vigilance hammer thing. Bronze transfer. Oh, you don't have to level it. You just have to make it and then delete it. I'll look for it. What's it called? Is it the Hearthstone card? I resemble that remark. Skull of Corruption. And it's a toy. It's a Demon Hunter only toy. Maiden was kind of fishy because she did the intermission and was getting perma knocked in the air. Thank you, everybody. So it would be on the toy vendor. Would make sense. Oh, I'm doing this just because of the emissary. That's why I'm doing it. I made it all the way here. I also don't really see where I'm going. I think this is gonna time me out. Oh, maybe not. It's fine. I wonder why they stick you up so high for that. Yeah, after this world quest, I'll go to Dalaran and nose around a little bit on a couple of characters. See if I can't find it. I should also check. And I maybe would I need to check maybe on a Demon Hunter to see if I have it already? I doubt I have it. It would be shocking if I did, actually, because I don't really play my Demon Hunter very much. You'd think Night Flame would remember doing something like that. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I was so close. You can see it regardless. Okay. What? On the toy box and any character. Okay. Follow-up question. Can anybody use it? And it's only Demon Hunters that can have it drop? Or do you need to be a Demon Hunter to use it? Oh, oops. I should pay more attention. 1, 2, up. We were doing better last time. 3, up. And 4. Ooh. Skipped one. Oh, you cruel mistress. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, never press that button. It'll take you right back to the beginning. Oh. Alright. This beginning one is so funny. Only Demon Hunters can use it. Okay. I did this last time. That's exactly where I got stuck last time. I have not had any luck trying 2 cheesies with my mount. It's been recommended a few times. And I think I will have an easier time doing the thing normally than I will cheesing it. What? There's that one. And there's that one. Nice. Whew. It always spooks me when when you get through the end and it doesn't immediately credit you. Okay, so Dalaran. Nice. Oh yeah, I was gonna check my toy box. Skull of Corruption, that's what we're looking for. Okay, we definitely don't have it. 100k bronze, alright. We can also turn in my emissary here. Seeing as we went to all that trouble to do the thing. And we get some bronze. Plus she can have some fragmented mementos. Good for her. Oh yeah, look at that. There we go. She's got 4% versatility. Nice. So we'll go nose on the vendor and see. Because otherwise it wouldn't be that big of a deal to make a Demon Hunter, especially if I can just transfer the bronze. Although 100k is kind of a lot. So this is the toy guy. It is true that I'm not seeing it. Let me check on Crawdad. See if he can find it. If not, it's not that big of a deal to make a Time Runner Demon Hunter. Maybe, yeah, maybe something's hiding. You're right. I'll disable my add-ons and take a look as well. And different people have told me that you can't purchase it on not a Demon Hunter. It's just one person said you could, and I just want to see if I can duplicate that, because that would be nice. I would enjoy that. Oh, hi, Currents. How you doing? Happy Saturday. No luck with that. Because I've definitely been, like, checking. You need something, Mom, for one of your alts. Let's turn off all of his add-ons just for a second. Just to have a look at it. So that definitely unhides things that you already got. I already know the Golden Hearthstone card. That's not what we're looking at, but that's good to know. And it is available in this phase, I guess? Because it's Nighthold, so it should be. Man, this sucks without, whatchamacallit, add-ons to hide the stuff that you know already. You'd have to check everything every time. Yeah, guess not. Alright, well that's gonna drive me nuts later when I realize I've turned all my add-ons off. He is Crawdad. He needs... Can I Mog it? He needs... He doesn't really need all the things. He needs Legion Remix Helper, that's for sure. He needs Plater. Yeah, he might use details. And then I also got Trove Tally for it. And then I've been using Waypoint UI as well. Nice. Golden Hearthstone card? No, Skull of Corruption, people were saying. Anyway, later us problem. I'm going to get back on Snow Crab. We'll do that Mythic Trial of Valor. I'll probably load up the group myself so that I can get people in there. I will be right back. I will be right back. One sec. What? Let's see if we can do this Trial of Valor. I will head out there. I will probably start a group so that I can have the privilege of stacking the hell out of it. Nice thing about starting Mythic raid groups and remixes, all you really gotta be able to do is count to 20. Hi. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I put you off balance. Oh, she landed okay. You leaving? You always planned on jumping down. This is part of your plan all along. She's looking at me like, yeah, obviously. Ugh. Okay. How many layers? It's too many layers. Ooh, we also did a couple of research quests too. We can turn those in as well. Those are good for experience. Because it must be past 229. Yeah, 236. Don't you get something for getting to level 80? You get like a special thing? Yeah, surpass your own legend. Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing that. I do like the name Mom Goose. Howdy. Hi, Brimnith. How you doing today? Cool t-shirt. Oh, thanks. It's one of my comfy ones. Sometimes I can't figure out what makes a shirt comfier. I used to think that it had to do with like the fabric blend, so I would look into like the cotton versus, you know, synthetic content or like the weight of the cotton, but sometimes all things can be equal and some of them are just nicer. And I don't know why. You find one you like, you hold on to it. There you go. I used to think there was like a magic answer as to how to tell if a shirt would be super comfy before you got it. And I've since, I've let go of that dream. That's an upgrade. Yeah, passes the live check. Better quality. But what does that mean, you know? Like, I wanted it to be something that I could tell out of a spec sheet. It could have to do with fiber length. But that's something that you're not really going to get on, like, a clothing website. Shape of the shoulders for me. I mean, it is also massively oversized. I reached a point in my life where I realized that all my favorite shirts were like 5 sizes too large for me, and that I was just going to accept that and shop with that in mind. So I definitely, for a certain kind of comfy thing, I will just accept that I'm looking for like an XL or a 2XL, even if that's not my normal size, just because, you know, if it's what you wear, it is your size. Anyway, it's from Roots. I like my Roots shirts. They usually are quite comfy. They make nice soft ones. Okay. Trial of Valor. I'm gonna get in my transmog so I look fabulous doing this. My next alt, 238% XP. Why did I think I was already there, basically? I don't know. I feel like I missed something. I feel like she's gonna give me an extra 10. Yeah, end of an epoch journey, exactly. That's what I wanted. That's the extra 10. I knew I was missing it. There we go. So that puts me up to 248. Still quite far from 400, but that's fine. I don't know if you know Cozy Ghost. BC brand makes giant hoodies. They are so cozy. Well, I do like a BC brand. Let me write that down. Cozy Ghost. I also love a giant hoodie. Anyway. Kelowna. Get on board with that. Sneaky one, almost missed her on a couple of ults. Who is? I missed something. I'm flying over there. I feel like I owe it to the group that I'm going to make to at least get myself to the raid. I do accept a lot of summons, but... Oh, the bonus experience one. Yeah. I'm now wondering if I did it on... I'm now wondering if I actually did that on my last alt that I leveled on Orca. I'm kind of tempted to log over and check, to be honest with you. It doesn't really matter for this second, but... Oh, no, we'll do the TOP. I'm kind of tempted to just double check and see, because, you know, if I'm going to level more alt and I could get another 10%, it wouldn't hurt. It would be nice. Recently bought some shirts, ended up feeling like wearing a plastic bag, but the print is too sick, so we're keeping them. I have a sweater that became cursed because I accidentally put it through the wash with a towel that I had worn while I was shaving my head. And the sweater, it was like a fleece sweater, and it became completely infiltrated by millions of tiny shards of shaved hair that are incredibly uncomfortable if you wear. And I tried washing it, I tried lint rolling it, I tried vacuuming it, I tried duct tape, I tried packing tape, I tried tweezers. This sweater will never not be cursed. It is a literal hair shirt. But it's such a sick shirt or sweater. Like, it's so cool that I can't bring myself to let it go, even though I know I'm not going to wear it because nothing's worth that. But it's a vintage shirt. It's a vintage sweater. And it's that white one with, like, a bonsai tree on it. It's so cool. It was a little small for me anyways, relative to the size I like to wear. My wrists were a little chilly, but thought about turning them into wall decor. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. That's how I first decorated my office last time before I got my canvases up, is I just like put some hangers on the wall. It did end up looking a little bit like a clothing store. Maybe just one and not like 10 is maybe the move. All right, we're starting a Mythic Trial of Valor group. Mythic TOV. And we're just gonna list it up. I'm gonna set the raid difficulty up to Mythic. And I'm gonna see if I can get anybody in here. We need 20 people. Yeah, buddy. That's the stuff. Oh, cut out the cool part in the square. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I could bring myself to take scissors to it. Okay, I should count. We have 4 people. That'll be 5. 6. Oh, hey, it's working. So we can do 20. We can take a few people that are also needing this. We definitely want to, like, get our 740s in here, though. We have 9 members. 10, 11. 12. 13. 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19. 20. Let's see. 17, 18, 19, 20. I have a lot of tanks. All right. Thanks for the carry this raid. Me and a tiny handful of chosen ones, and then I got like a lot of 740s in here, so I hope for the best. I don't know what people's verse is, but it should be good. Soak it in something like Nair to dissolve the hair and wash it well? Maybe. It might be worse for it to permanently smell like Nair, though. That's harsh stuff. Felt so devious when I realized I could make a group for raids and get carried through it. Yeah. Alright, we've got all assist on, in case any of the tanks or anybody else feels like doing anything important. Katie, you coming back? You're kind of wandering around. Every time I do this, I tell myself I'm gonna run one on my hunter to make up for the one that I got carried in, and I never do. Enough people join for this that I feel like some of them want to do it just for infinite power. Just for their tour. I'm sure no one minds, yeah. It seems like people are doing this for more than just my sake. Alright. Are we all here? Anyone else? People do them for item IDs. Oh. Thanks for the invite, I'm the warrior. Thanks. Thanks for coming. My job is to not die. TV slow for infinite power. Good evening, Hazel. What are we doing? Good evening. I am on my new Paladin Time Runner, doing Trial of Valor on Mythic with the intent of not dying to get my Deathless set. That's what I'm here for. Me and a handful of people here. Think we are worthy? We might just be. Good. Good luck. Thank you. Class that's best at not dying. Yeah, pretty good. I also hung on to some defensive jewelry as well. But this raid is stacked to the absolute gills. So I think it's going to be fine. I think we're going to be alright. I'm just trying to keep up to the point that I don't attract the attention of any trash mobs here. Didn't think I'd ever see Mythic raiding and technically current content on stream. Yeah, Remix doesn't count in that way. This has as much in common with a retail Mythic raid as with planting potatoes for spring. Lost. Nah, you're right here. We got this. Here's Gorm. Man, he's like a big trash mod. He's just like a big piece, big, just random dog. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, I'll do this on a leather class too. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be Demon Hunter. If I could just make the Demon Hunter, buy the thing, delete the Demon Hunter. If I wanted to level something that wasn't. Probably a Druid, right? Well, do I want another? Well, it doesn't hurt to have another Druid. They're good classes to have extras of. Could do a Worgen. I was kind of thinking if I was going to have like a skinning character, like a skinning leatherworking Worgen, it would be like a male Worgen Hunter. There she goes. Nice. Excellent. Thank you so much, everyone. Deathless plate. Lovely. Funerary plate of the chosen dead. Da-da-da. And I'm out of here. Do I have these? Yeah, I do. Nelson's Adventures. That was so fast. Yeah, that was it. That was the whole thing. That's all you gotta do. Short raid. Especially if you get that many 740s in it. Here's our outfit. Why don't we put it on her? Race chosen dead. Funerary plate. Hang on. I'm checking with myself as to which color is the it's this color? That's it? Or is it this one? The gold one? Okay. Because the brown one's sad. It probably gave me credit for both of them, is what it did. Yeah, we're gonna put the gold one on. But we're gonna hide the helmet because we have to see her face. Would have joined you, but it was an Lemix RFQ for 30 minutes. Holy. 90 minutes to level your new druid. I need to check on Orca to see if she got that 10% experience that I was talking about. I don't know if she ever turned that in. I might have missed it. Also, not me immediately invalidating the set that I just had. Although I'm not gonna lie, that helmet that I just put on is kind of goes. Not really mad. Oh, I could give her wings. I forgot about those wings. Eh, it's too much. It's too much. Too much. Alright. Aquatic name for a leather tune? Shrimpadoodle? Shrimpadoodle. I do want to check on Crawdad to see if he can get any easy Army of the Light rep too before I get started on my next alt. Didn't know you had to talk to Odin, so I was just hanging out in the throne room wondering where everyone went. Oh no. You got it though, yeah? Worgen Druids, you don't have to look at the Worgen is another option, right? I think my problem is that I try to do female Worgen and they just don't click with me. I think if I do a male Worgen, I'll have an easier time with it. It's also not like it's my new main or anything. She called your Huntel pistol trip. It looks like she's not sitting on any quests over here. I must have done it. Yeah, well. Hi, Hazel Floyd here now. Hello, how you doing? Happy Saturday. Hope everything's going well. Crawdad, Orca, Snow Crab. Yeah, we're doing generally aquatic creatures. I've got 2 marine animals and 1 freshwater animal, so I feel like I need to come up with another freshwater creature name for my 4th Legion Remix alt. And then in the future, if I do keep all these characters, I'll be able to tell which alts were my Legion Remix alts because they'll be like, oh yeah, they have the themed name pack. It's like when you're browsing adoptables at like a shelter website and they have a litter of kittens and they name them like... They always give them like names out of a pack of a theme, you know? Like Marvel villains or something. I don't know why it took me so long to think of an example of any group of things. Okay, I wanted to see if there were... Oh, there are more world quests up, and there's a new Armies of Legionfall emissary. Also, apparently I never turned in my thingy, so we'll do this really quick, because this is going to get me something cool. 800 verse? Nice, congratulations. Our Humane Society is clearly tired. New kitten litter with square, circle, and triangle. Oh, man. I've seen some good ones. I love it when they name them after food. You know, like you'll have a litter of like, you know, pasta noodle shapes and you'll get your linguine and your macaroni and your spaghettini. If I adopted a cat that came with the name Linguini, I would have a very hard time changing their name. It's hard to outdo Linguini. Adoptable puppies with SSRI names, and they were called the Mood Booster litter. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, there's lots of stuff. Oh, and there's also that. And also, where is World Boss today? I'm keeping an eye out for one of them in particular. I need one more for my regular achievement. But I don't know which. Anyway, we'll do this. This will be good. Amazing. We need to do this character. I don't know what Kira would do if I got a cat, another cat, while I still have her. I don't know what she would make of it. It's really hard to say. She hasn't ever seen another cat since, well, bad choice of verb, but she hasn't ever met another cat since she was a kitten at the shelter. That was the last time she was around other cats at all. She's only been around dogs since then. Foster Desk has a suggestion list for names you can fill out, but I haven't seen a Rexar or a Valyria yet. Foster. My husband said the same thing. I think that I know myself well enough to know that I would not be able to handle fostering. I would want to keep all of them. I fall in love so thoroughly and so quickly with anything, you know, let alone fluffy babies. I don't think I'm cut out for it. Insta foster fail. Yeah, no, I for sure would. I can't even go, like, I can't even walk past them at the pet store when the shelters are having, like, a day where they're, like, putting some adoptables in the thing. Like, I'll see just, like, a cat hanging out, like, at the counter when I'm buying the treats for my cat. And then I'll just be like, what do you mean this baby doesn't have a family? It's the cat has got the cat paws and the kitty cat tail and the kitty cat ears. Bums me out for the whole day. Yeah, that's how I become a cat lady with 15 cats. I don't think, I have a lot of respect for fosters. I don't think I could do it. Surprised she hasn't ended up with street cats she sees and walks. Generally, the cats you see in walks belong to people. I do like making friends with them whenever possible. I had a lot of cat acquaintances when I lived in the city. I haven't made any cat friends here yet, but that's because I usually have my dog with me if I'm outside, and also the cats out here seem a lot more skittish. But yeah, they usually belong to someone. It's usually just someone's outside cat. We'll only foster fail if the pet vibes with our cats big time. Oh, yeah, I can see that for sure. I just take all that energy and then I go spoil my dog. Lucy Bear. Okay. That guy. We're just trying to fill up this bar at the bottom here. 1, maybe 2 more world quests will do it. Sister used to foster. Now she has a lot of dogs. It's dangerous that I'm not renting anymore. The only limits are what shelters will trust me with, and also my finances, and also bylaws, I suppose. But Cat's very happy our latest foster is gone. Dangerous. When I met my husband, he said, "Do you want to be with someone or have 50 cats?" And I should have went with the cats. Well, it's only a matter if they catch you. Yeah. I mean, a lot of bylaws are enforced based on complaints, so as long as none of your neighbors hate you enough to identify that you have a lot of pets. Although, usually the bylaw amount of pets are pretty high, and you couldn't reasonably take care of more than that anyways. I don't want to have more pets than I can give good care to, and I recognize that I'm kind of fundamentally lazy, so, like, it's probably best that we don't overwhelm ourselves. Curious what the numbers are. Toronto, it's 7. Yeah, it's different from place to place. For pet hoarding, yeah. I don't know what it is for cats. I know that there's definitely like a number for dogs because, well, I don't know why. Did I do the world quest? I did. Did it do it? No, not quite. Might need to finish the emissary will for sure do it. This will give me my Broken Shore meta, which will be great because then I don't have to do the campaign. I wouldn't risk it. What, having more pets than the bylaws allow you to? I know people that put no worries about having more pets than their like landlords will allow them to, and they just assume that they're going to be able to get away with it. And I'm sure some people do, but that would stress me out. That would be different because I feel like your landlord has a more vested interest in it than like the city. Especially if they're like those people that charge pet rents. Landlords can't enforce those rules. Those people are right in Canada. Yeah. I guess I don't know anything about the legality of it, but I don't know if I would want to create a hostile situation with a landlord. But they didn't. More so than usual. Once broke the allowed limit of pets, but to be fair, my kittens are both black cats. Easy to lie about. They're the same cat. Pulsating gems. Do I remember this world quest? Maybe. Next time we get a phase release, we'll have to do the Argus meta. And I think, once again, I'll be able to do it without doing the campaign, as long as I do, like, a bunch of other stuff. I think that'll be fine. Last cat was a lawyer, so I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, no. I wouldn't want to break up bonded kittens either. It is a possibility that if I ever adopt a pair of bonded cats, that I end up feeling vaguely put out because they love each other more than me. Just only a mildly unhealthy need to be the greatest love in my cat's life. Don't want to do the Argus portal things, right? Oh, that reminds me. I should check and see if there's any invasions up. I don't see any. So these guys drop the gems. You could drop the gem. Oh no, you're just stuck in the floor. As long as you stack right on top of them so they could hit you if they want to, you can usually kill mobs that are evading like that. You can fix that pretty easily with traits. Gems of Destruction failed. I had text hit my quest log, my chat log, that said that this world quest that I looted the items for failed. What do you mean it failed? I'm gonna leave the area and then come back. How? Right? I'm offended. I don't know how far I need to leave the area for, so we'll just maybe untrack it. Come back in. As you should be. My cats will be in contact with their legal team. Well, singular cat. Hi Logan, how you doing? Happy Saturday. There we go. You just gotta leave and come back. That usually does it. Let's land and use this and see if that finishes us off here. Oh, not quite. No. I need another 40 rep points. I guess we're doing the last world quest. Mrs. Kira's paralegal. Oh, he gave her like a big kiss this morning and she went, meow. They're very funny. They're very sweet. She's really warmed up to him in like a, I'm not in the mood for you all the time way, but she's accepted that he means well. She's not afraid of him. She's just vaguely annoyed by him sometimes. It's cute. How do you level fast in Remix? You gotta get to level 20, You can do dungeons for that, and that's not too bad. And then once you made it to 20, you just get yourself into raids. You do normal and LFR of all of the available raids, and that'll sort you out in a real hurry. You can do Emerald Nightmare, Nighthold, Trial of Valor, Tomb of Sargeras, normal and LFR, all in one character, all in one day, and that'll get you pretty far. So they're basically a married couple. He's her young friend. Aside from this, we just need to make sure we're killing a couple of corruptors. Love your hair. Oh, thanks. Hope you're having a nice weekend, Macy. It's well. Yeah. Looking good. Today I'm waiting for my plumber to email me an invoice so that I can pay him. And also find out how much I owe him. I've noticed that people never really want to mention anything about how much things cost. You just kind of, it's like crass to talk about it, I guess. You just kind of waiting for the bill and then you go, okay, that sounds about right. I mean, you're going to get it fixed no matter what. But now I'm worried. I wrote down my email on a piece of paper and gave it to him so he could send me the invoice. And now I'm worried that, like, my handwriting wasn't clear enough. But he also might not have gotten to it yet. So if I don't get it by today, then I'll, I guess, send him a text or something letting him know that I don't have it. But until then, I'm just going to be worrying about it. I don't know why I'm so stressed. Like, it'll... People will usually get around to asking you for money if they need it. It's not something that usually gets just slips. I'm just going to feel better once I've sorted it out because they really helped us out. Here's our boss. And then I need more Heroine Corruptors. Oh, these guys. That's the thing. Tradespeople can be odd about that stuff. We had an arborist come by who literally never invoiced us and we tried. Yeah. A lot of them are like one-person businesses. So I kind of get it. I'm like that. I have in the past had to be reminded to send an invoice for something because I just kind of forgot because I don't do it that often. There we go. We got our Fallen Kings, Corrupted Blades, Fellscorn Shalator, one-handed sword, Fellscorn Elemain, one-handed sword, Fellscorn Shalamain, two-handed sword. Yeah, it's alright. That's what we were here for anyway. If he ever responds, we'll happily pay him. I don't know. Should I do a world boss? Probably. There's an achievement for doing the Broken Shore world bosses. Can't not hear Chalamet when people talk about that sword. That's funny. I don't know if Varian predates Timothy, but he certainly predates Timothy's notoriety. Hit 3K rating earlier this week, seeing as my guild beat Mythic Dimensus. And I did Let Me Solo Her Kaveza. Does that mean I beat the game? Yeah, I think so. I think you did it. You won the war with it. I'm jealous of your Kaveza kill. I just need to work on mine more. I can stop. I mean, that's up to you. You gotta listen to the little demons in your skull. Not saying you personally have demons, just all of us in general. The little WoW gremlin. Mine wants me to do this. Get the last needed world boss today for the one infinite knowledge, and from what I could tell, I gave 10k bronze because I'm already capped. Broken Shore world bosses? I'm 3 of 4 Broken Shore world bosses. I missed Brutalis. Anyway, we can go turn in armies of Legion Fall. Also, I got some bronze. That's not bad. Let's collect it onto this character. Snow Crab had another 50k that she picked up. Sitting at 90. Aimlessly wandering around Dornegal and talking to NPCs. You just walk up to an earthen. Do you need anything? Is there anything else I can do for you? My infinite knowledge is at 33. I still need a couple more. 10k bronze, kind of a lot. Oh, kind of not a lot. Expected 50k or so. That's funny. I thought I only expected 7,500, so if it really was 10k, that's pretty good. I figured it would be less. And then there's also you, yeah. Alright, so he's all sorted. He's all set for now. I think I'll go stand in that room in Dornegal for Reese's playing cards or whatever, wait for midnight. Well, you don't have to wait that long anymore. Oh no, you might have ruined it. I can't stand Timmy. Oh no, what did Timmy do? He is in a lot of things. I'll give him that. Alright, so we're gonna make... I mean, 95k. Maybe I should just try and do that Demon Hunter. Well, no, I'd rather have the sets. Well... we'll worry about the Demon Hunter thing in a bit. I'm gonna do another Alm. This is gonna take me a while to figure out, so let's get started. I've been sticking them all in different RP realms for the sake of rare farming. I'm sure some of these RP realms are linked and I've kind of missed the point, but whatever. Low pop RP realms. So it's gonna be... I just like coming up with names that feel vaguely relevant to the character. It's gonna be, I think, a druid. It has to be a leather wearer. Can I come up with a list of connected realms, actually? There is a list of connected realms. There's a help article for it. So Argent Dawn is linked to the Scryers. Kirin Tor is linked to Sentinels and Steamwheel Cartel. Twisting Nether is with Maelstrom, Venture Co., Ravenhold, and Lightning Hoof. Silver Hand... I'm actually lucky that I managed to not double up on any of these so far. Silver Hand is with Forest Riders and Thorium Brotherhood. And then Wormrest is all by itself. Not connected. Okay, so I could pick a not connected realm that is a low pop RP realm, like Earthen Ring. I feel like I used to have an Earthen Ring. Earthen Ring character. Sure. So weird to see Twisting Nether low in RP because on EU it's one of the biggest realms. That makes raids pretty terrible unless you're playing the fastest class in the game. I mean, you get a bunch of speed when you get, like, really set up. Alright, we're making a time runner. It's gonna be a leather-wearing character. I don't think I really want to make a demon hunter. Especially... yeah, I don't really want to make a demon hunter. So we're gonna do... and I'm definitely not making a monk. Which leaves me rogue or druid, which leaves me druid. So then the question is, what is my druid? What do I not have already that I want? I have a Night Elf druid. I have a Kultiran druid. I have a High Mountain Tauren druid. I don't have a regular Tauren druid, but I'm kind of good. I don't have a troll druid. I think we're going Worgen. I think it's going to be kind of like a skinning kind of character. in terms of my profession stuff. So if it's going to be a Worgen druid, yeah, this is the body type. How fussed are we about the way the dog looks? This is kind of cool, right? Like, I'm just going to make it worse if I try and, like, noodle around with it. Yeah, I think he came in kind of sweet. I could maybe change his eye color to be terrifying. There we go. Still red, not quite so bright. And then for this, gosh, human males. I haven't really made one of these like ever. It's because they're funny looking. Nothing says that his nothing says that he has to be not funny looking though. I could just lean into the funny looking. Human males are rough human males, right? I like human females better than human males, but I like Worgen males better than Worgen females, so we're picking our battles here. I can give him little pointy ears, that's kind of cute. His eyebrows are all pretty close together. Gotta match. You gotta have your eye color match your Worgen form. Otherwise, what are you doing? I could give him pink hair. That would be fun. They really need some better face options. If I want him to like kind of match his Worgen, he could have black hair. I don't know if I'm vibing with it though. He could be bald. I don't think I'm ever really going to see his human form much. So this doesn't wildly matter. He's a druid, so he's going to be in druid form mainly. Failing that, Worgen form. I think I can avoid ever looking at this. They look funny without mustaches. Oh, I didn't look at his beard. Making a Worgen? I know, right? I feel like the facial hair looks awful, but he's not really getting very far without it. Why is he so... Well, I guess it's fine. It kind of upsets me that his neck is sort of thicker than his head. What? Yeah, it's like, yeah, right. It's like a double beast. I don't really keep a Worgen though. Looks better in brown than black, I think. I'm not gonna make him do that. I appreciate that this color is basically the exact color that I had my hair dyed last BlizzCon. I haven't really like gone through his face options. Grumpy. Grumpy, yeah. I feel like the professor is the only mustache that actually looks like it vaguely suits his face. And then going a beard without a stash is rough. He doesn't need either. He's hairy enough otherwise. I like to think that he wants to be less hairy. That's not right. Yeah. These are all pretty tough here. That one's actually kind of fine. It's straightforward. It's out of the way. Yeah, alright. Eyes have got to be a bit red. Grump. Why do their arms go to their knees? I like how he just looks vaguely, vaguely angry. Anyway, that'll do. Because this is more what we're going to be working with anyway. This one came perfect just out of the box. I don't even think I'm going to change any of this aside from the eye color that we did. Okay, so I'm looking for... I'm brainstorming all by myself. Freshwater creature name that suits this grumpy Worgen druid. When I think of grumpy, freshwater, aquatic critters, I'm thinking lamprey. Done. Big mouth Billy Bass. Alright. Lamprey is gonna live with the rest of my remix alts here on this campsite. Also, is this the right campsite? Is that really the one that I want to do for Legion Remix? I guess it's the Legioniest one. He is going to be a... What kind of druid is he going to be? Is he going to be a feral druid? I think so. Fox's Revenge or something. Grumpet. We'll come up with a good title for him. The Galagio has the silliness of remix. Happy for some male body types that didn't look like bodybuilders. I mean, there's some on Undead. Oh, yeah. Alright. Lamprey. He's a skinning character first and foremost. Also, let's do the basics. So we're going to get our auto loot on. We're going to turn on some action bars. We're going to turn on my UI. I'm going to make him feral. Should have added a Legion-themed campsite with remix, assuming they didn't. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that we don't have more campsites by now. We'll starter build it up. I'm going to also... What else am I going to do? This over here. Give him a nice little single button assistant. And then make sure the single button assistant is on his bar and cat form. I don't know that it's ever going to matter, but I'll give him his cancel form button as well. I'm pretty sure I have one of those here somewhere. Maybe it's a druid only button. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on his bars. And I'm going to only put... Druid bars drive me nuts, man. I'm going to put bark skin where it goes. Dash where it goes. None of the DPS buttons. We're not messing with those. Give him Dark Flight. Stick Recuperate on a bar somewhere. Okay. Oh, and then I wanted just general, like, bear and cat and travel right where I normally put them. So I can kind of pop in and out. Alright, lovely. Skip this chapter. Get an auto-effect weapon. Auto-lit was the first thing we did. There was an old WoW video of a druid with Moonfire on every button. Nice. They have a barbershop in the thing. I can probably pick a different druid form if I want. At the Infinite Bazaar. Cancel form by clicking it again. Yeah, I just needed to have the button on my bar so I could do that. If my one button helper was putting me into form, there wasn't really an easy way to get out of it. Cancel form is also nice because it'll pop you out of form without triggering a GCD. I think I do still want to have one. It's not a big deal. We can just make a macro for Lamprey specifically. We're going to call it cancel form. And it is literally here. Let's get a nice icon here for it. Something, anything that I won't confuse with anything else. I forget what I normally use with it. Something that vaguely reminds me of a person. Or this. That's cool. Slash cancel form. That's all it has to be. I like sticking that on shift 7. That way if I'm feeling stuck in anything and I just want to get out of it, you can do it off GCD. Oh, it still... never mind. I lied. It still triggers a GCD. I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind. Oh well. Embrace your own legend. You betcha. The trickiest part of leveling an Alton Remix is just getting them to level 20. That's the worst bit. Normal dungeon. Queue for a random. Rares. Infinite Chaos. Definitely not doing the Heroic World tier. There's the Hearthstone they give you. Nice. And then I was going to come up with a... Getting the Artifact Simulacrum. Yeah, I didn't want to do it though. I want to avoid questing to the highest possible degree on my ult. Let's get the herbing thing just in case it comes up. One hound, many foxes. Let's grab our Elixir of Remembered Sight. So it can get herbs and stuff. We'll make this one equipment, this one... I don't know what. This one will be consumables. Oh yeah, I wanted to change his druid form. That's right. There's a barbershop over here somewhere. Right by the rostrum. Because, you know, if he's going to be a cat, we may as well pick it out properly. So that's his bear form. We'll worry about cat first. Yeah, I'm not really vibing with the default Worgen cat. So we've got Ashamain, Nature's Fury, Primal Stalker, Moon Spirits. I got Druid and Flame Saber. Dream Sabers are kind of cool. What do I want to use? He could be a Fire Cat. That's kind of fun. Okay. Hi, Jedi Bob. Happy Saturday. Hope you're doing well. The bear forms I feel like I enjoy a lot more. You've got some good stuff. I like the stones. I like the Ursot Claw one. I like these a lot with like the spine on the back. I use those. And then of course we've got some rune bears. And then the Umbral Claw. Dream Talent. Mage Tar 1 Sparkly. There we go. I don't think I've ever spent meaningful time on the Firecat form. Owlbear, best bear. I like the Owlbear a lot. I don't know if I'm... You know what? Maybe you can use the Owlbear and the Owlcat. I was gonna say, I don't know if it really fits with Mr. Lamprey here, but like, who even is he? Let's give him the Grey Moon Spirit. And we'll give him the... Umbral Claw. I only have the white one, unfortunately. Must have missed finishing something. There we go. That's more like it. So, normal dungeon. Rares wouldn't hurt. They do want us to do this. It does give you a lot of bronze. Yeah, I made another remix character. I have all of the... I currently have all of the... Trial of Valor Deathless sets with the notable exception of... Oh, he can't fly, can he? Why can't he fly? Why is this travel form not making him fly? Can I not fly level 10? I was pretty sure I could. I did a skywriting tutorial. Hang on a second. I know I can fly. That's so weird. For whatever reason, I don't know flight form's level 20? Man, that's so funny. Alright. Need to unlock the Owlcat? It's a pain in the butt. I could not tell you for $1,000,000 how I got it. I don't know what it's from. I must have done it. I have it, or I have at least 1 or 2 of them, but I could not tell you what did it. Let's turn rare scanner off for this guy, and handy notes. He doesn't need either of those. Down with the druid privilege. It's a feral hidden artifact appearance. Quest in Surmar. Yeah, no idea. Must have done some of it. Oh, hang on. Hold on. We must go back. I need to unlock world quests. I came out here to do world quests while I was waiting for my dungeon queue to pop. And that does not do an awful lot of good if you have not yet spoken to our father Khadgar to turn them on. They let you turn them on right away, which is nice, but you do have to do it. They really want you to get your... They really want you to get your, thing. Your class hall set up. Or at least make it there. Because I shouldn't rely on this one random normal dungeon to get me all the way to level 20. I am going to need more than that, unfortunately, so wouldn't hurt to unlock the class hall. Although, you know, I don't know if I did the paladin one. I think I did like an intro quest and then gave up. I do know that I got a artifact on it. But that's just because I thought it was something else. No, that was the mage. I don't know. It's all blended together. I probably could have mounted for this. We can also just give him a random favorite mount button. That'll help too. Give him some gear. Anyone else ever click the wrong place to port to in Nighthold and suddenly you're in the sewers? I have not done that in Remix, but I am terrified of it for whatever reason. I'm just convinced that I'm going to, and then I'm going to be so lost I'll never catch up. I remember Zentabra. Did you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender when you were younger or older? Don't judge, the show is good. No, actually. Not the new version, not the old version, never seen any of it. It must have just missed me. Class colors. I've heard good things. I have bonus experience in the amount of 248%. Not 400, but not bad. It's nice not even worrying about trying to get my bars set up. I'm just gonna let the one button macro carry me all the way home here. I'm just accepting it. We can hit Tiger's Fury and feel fancy. Watched it all fairly recently. Avatar, that is. You know what I did watch is I watched a long video of some YouTuber, I forget who, breaking down their issues with the Avatar remake, which is funny given that I never saw the first one or any versions of it, so I don't know why I thought that was relevant to me, but sometimes it's just interesting to listen to people talk about stuff. I might not know what's going on, but they seem to. Second installment didn't hit for me. Have you been rewatching it, Ujai? You enjoying it? I have an interrupt eventually. Not yet, though, I don't think. I think I need a few more talents. I like doing the Order Hall campaign until after you get a bunch of insta-finish quests, and usually brings me to around 19 or 20. Okay. Yeah, I'll see. See what this dungeon does for me. Made a live action version last year, totally forgot about that. Netflix did it, I think. Or at least they released it. Druid's not so bad when you have no interest in figuring out where are we going? What's I have nothing here. Oh, I do have something here. Figuring out setting up your bars. Live action show made it like 5 minutes to through the first episode. The latest Magic the Gathering set. They do a lot of media tie-ins, right? That's like a thing.
4.
Do Magic fans typically get excited about them, or are they annoyed about the dilution of their favorite IP? They sure do now. Yes. All of the above. It's just cardboard Funko Pop now made me quit. All of what you just said. Yeah, I've talked before about how I don't particularly like media crossover releases. They feel cash grabby and cheap to me, and they kind of cheapen both properties involved.
Run.
But I'm weird and annoying, so doesn't mean they're not fun.
Phase change.
When it comes to products, I like a good like product media tie-in, you know? A million years ago I bought like a blush kit that was an Animal Crossing themed blush kit from ColourPop, and that was fun. It was fine makeup. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't awful. But I liked the little package was cute. But it has to be for something I'm really excited about, otherwise it just feels a bit silly. As long as they make sense, it's okay, but when it's completely random, it's like, why? MTG Jump the Shark, it's just product placement on cards now. Does it feel like when Neopets put a McDonald's in the Neopets so that you could go buy your Neopets a quarter pounder when they were in stock with your Neobucks or whatever? Giant omelet for life. Hated that. Didn't live through that, but probably. Mercedes cars you drive in Mario Kart 8. They put Mercedes cars in Mario Kart? Are you kidding? Oh, that's funny and a little depressing. Also, why did I think that Mercedes were just for Hot Wheels? They sold it. It was DLC. Magic is just a franchise card maker. You have Gandalf fighting the kids from Stranger Things with the bat from The Walking Dead in Magic the Gathering now. Nintendo cash grabbing now. Most big things, most big devs seem to be. And it's annoying because the more they all do it, the more they all give each other permission for it. Being like, it's just the industry standard now. This one, the CEO who only cared about fun. Rolling in his grave, yeah. Bit of a bummer. But I'm not going to complain all day today. I got it out of my system yesterday. How do you get more bonus experience? You get 1% for every infinite research you do. And if you like, you can do those across alts, so you can get a bunch of them done pretty rapidly by having a bunch of different characters that can all do them. You also get 10% for each zone campaign achievement that you finish. So if you're working on the lore runner and you do the zone campaigns for, you know, Suramar, High Mountain, Vel'Shirah, etc., those will all give you 10% each. And then you also will get an additional 10% once you hit level 80 in an alt. There's a
Range
quest you
5.
can turn into Moritari to get another one of those 10% items. And you can kind of mix and match your way doing that all the way up to 400 where it caps. Almost 300%. Nice. Hi, kitty. Welcome back. Uh-oh. I'm in jail. The vibe in the MTG space, a little doomy. Avatar looks actually pretty good. Don't engage much anymore, not for me like it used to be. I was a long time Magic player. I stopped playing and then started playing again. Quit for good because of the crossovers. Do you get behavior like that in the Warhammer space, or are they still kind of doing the same thing they've always been doing? I always figured if you could, I mean, I guess you could say the same thing about Magic, but if you can just like print cash from nerds with just like plastic, you're good, right? Like that should do it. But then again, you could say the same thing about Magic, but with paper, so whatever. MTG Warhammer. Oh. I never got into Warhammer. I saw how much my friends spent on it, and I thought that I could just sidestep that whole situation. But people seem to really get a lot of joy out of it back in the day. And now it is. The painting looked fun. Level 14. I don't know if Warhammer crossovers work like an MTG. I do know you get a lot of experience for turning in the infinite research, but probably not enough to be able to completely bypass all this. So let's actually do this quest. It's so funny to me I can't flight form. I'm not used to being able to fly but not flight form. Those things used to be linked in level. I haven't done these quests in a hot minute. I'm awake, definitely not sleeping. Man. Him in the Wailing Caverns is such like an iconic piece of early WoW dungeons to me. I've tried to wake that dude up so many times. Just let him nap. Typical druid. I'm awake, I'm awake. I don't have any Warhammer figures, but I learned the lore and enjoy it a lot. Ever since Disney did things to Star Wars, it has been my go-to for a sci-fi fix. Nice. Played during Alpha and Beta era, quit after a few years after getting too expensive. Yeah, I mean, WoW costs a fair chunk of money in itself with all of the things, but I think compared to some other types of gaming, it's not too bad. Step into the circle, you betcha. I never did pick a title for him. Could be a claw because he's lamprey. Although I did also give that one to well, lampreys don't have claws; they're eels. Now I'm second guessing if they're freshwater or not. Can't use salty. Picked a freshwater fish. Yeah, I meant to, because I have 2 marine creatures and then I have 1 freshwater one. So I wanted to balance the scales out by choosing a freshwater animal. But you're right. I mean, he could be a salty lamprey. You could just, you know, got into trouble. Enter the Dreamway. Scales, no pun intended. don't appreciate the smelly title more. I feel like that one's really not doing it. Lamplighter, good option. Lamplighter, Lamprey. Do love the fluffy raptors. This is a great travel form. Could be a supervisor, and then the drama could be whether or not he's going to be part of the soup. Smelly and a bunch of characters, I would love it. You know, if he's a Skinner, he would be a bit smelly. It's nothing like taking apart carcasses to really give you an odor. Let's get into 15. I feel like this quest will give me like 3 levels worth of XP. Cleanse the corruption. Oh, they want me to do something. They want me to do something. That's right. I have done this before. Don't mind me. I don't think I have all the colors of Fluffy Raptors. I would be surprised if I did. I have at least 2. Which route title do you like the most? The Insane. That's my go-to. It's the perfect combination of like a nice title that suits my priest, my Shadow Priest, although also when she's holy. It feels sort of complimentary. It's been around for a long time, so it feels nostalgic, but it's still annoying enough to get that it's not like super, super common. The Mad is up there, but it doesn't have quite the same ring as Inksy the Insane. Got here. Been thinking about the Passage of Time comment I did yesterday. A lot of streams. We're steam piled. Oh, steam with ads and dude bro energy. Felt like cozy conversations. Not to mention your late streams in the afternoon occurred right after class. Perfect way to relax after a bunch of work. Aw. Insane feels complimentary. Why do you want to be insane? It just seems like a notable thing for a character in a fantasy universe to be, you know? I feel like it indicates a level of infamy. Blood Champion, a per character title, which is nice. But yeah, I'm kind of like browsing the list and seeing if anything else really resonates. Deathstalker's kind of cool too. Fabulous and Smelly are go-tos for me. There's the Insane. There's the Mad. I used to wear the Patient a lot, actually, whenever I was leveling healer alts and pugs. I always felt like it just suited it. I really want the Love Fool so bad. The real deal. I take a lot of pleasure out of having both the real deal and the real deal. R-E-A-L and R-E-E-L. 2 separate titles from separate things. And having both of them just tickles me pink. Why is it possible to find memes again? Aw. Seagram's Quackers is returning in Midnight? I don't know if I remember the first time it came around. The achievement is called To the Quacks and Back. Something about smelling quack. I have no idea. Undying's my go-to. Yeah, that's a good one. I would wear that too if I had it. I did not get Devil Question Kaveza. I need to get back on it. Once I'm kind of caught up on everything I want to do in this remix phase, I will put more time into it. That's kind of my next retail goal, aside from just getting Crackling Shards. Watching your streams makes me want to swear less. I want to be the person that says tickles me pink. It's fun, but I will clarify that I speak like this for stream, and I swear like a sailor otherwise. It's remarkable I don't slip up more, given my muscle memory of speaking filthily and with many curses. Sometimes it's just satisfying, you know? I saw a meme recently that said, I spent 6 months reading all 46 Warhammer books. Second panel is, are they any good? Third panel is, no. It's always fun when you do slip up. It's usually when I'm really focused on something, and then I get shocked or scared, or like, I unexpectedly die, and I'm so focused that whatever filter it is in my brain that keeps the language PG just disables. Because that's usually what happens. Hey Hazel, how's it going? Hi Angela, good morning or afternoon or evening. It's going pretty good. I'm leveling Lamprey. He's a Worgen feral druid. He's gonna have skinning eventually, but before that, his purpose in Remix is to get the leather Trial of Valor Deathless set. That's our dream here. Sometimes these auto accepts like don't go through. Time warp samples. How many do they want? Just 10? It's not too bad. Why did you name him that? They look unpleasant. I was just trying to think of freshwater creatures. And aside from fish, I guess I could have named him Trout. Nothing was really coming to mind. That was the one that spoke to me. You present your channel with such a PG experience and it's browsing under the surface, nothing like that. Clear Lake hiding a torrent underneath. Yeah, I mean, when you think of something being PG, it's not that it can't have, like, darker, complex themes. It's just a question of, is this showing gore, nudity, or, like, the 9 words we've determined are not suitable for children? And it's not a very deep, you know, thing to skim off. Did I catch any of them? Lampreys? No. Trout? Sometimes. Although it's been a while since I've gone trout fishing. I decided I was going to do the, hang on. Can you just tell me what to take? Thank you. Oh, I was just going to do the, herbing one. That's what I was going to do. What's that down here? Temple of Doom is PG and someone's heart gets ripped out. I was reading some commentary about the new Alien film being PG and how the way they're able to do that is by just having a lot of blood and gore be alien blood and gore, and as long as it's not red, the rating body doesn't care. I thought that was like interesting, what, you know, like what we determine to be graphic and how that works. It's just kind of fascinating. I think I remember some cursing when you were doing the Mage Tower, and it was delightful. We're doing... Sometimes it drives me a little bit nuts that when you are herbing or mining in Remix and you pick a node, it does not despawn. You'll visually see it get collected, but the marker will continue to be on your mini-map for like a while, and it's really annoying if you're just trying to gather for a little bit. Also, I should leave this place. This is not where I should be. We should go to Asuna. We're leaving. Nintendo did that with Mortal Kombat back in the day, colored the blood blue and white and said it was sweat. They picked the character that bleeds green to avoid YouTube censorship. Oh, interesting. Oh no. They didn't let me pick my aquatic form for some reason, or maybe I just didn't do it. I like choosing an aquatic form, and I don't give this one enough credit. This is... I've always considered it to be the worst one, and now I'm wondering, why do I think that, you know? Is that unfair? He's got flippers. He's got little ears, a little sea lion situation. No, 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 no. I don't want to dreamwalk. I don't want to dreamwalk. Interrupt it. Interrupt it. Interrupt it. I don't even know how I did that. Why are you able to cast that while moving and also while attempting to cast spells? I figured one of those things would stop it. Cast while moving. Oh, I probably have like a piece of jewelry that lets me cast while moving. That's why. Can I cast it again? I don't know how I cast it the first time. I guess it would be in my spellbook somewhere. Dreamwalk, yeah. It's not even on my action bar. Oh, it is though. Why does it say it's not? That's weird. Yeah, use it again. All right. I am not used to being able to move while casting, and I don't know if I care for it. I'm 17, so I think that if we do this, and maybe the rares? If we add in the rares, we'll certainly get it done. Same would happen to be. Harenir now has the best aquatic form. They get like an axolotl, right? I'm excited for that. You did get 1 F per PG movie. Yeah, it's not... It's more so of like a courtesy just in case anybody likes to have the stream on with like kids around that they are not prepared to learn those words yet, you know? Kids should learn those words from their peers, not from me. Harenir travel form is a weasel looking thing and they have the cutest dance emote. Little dudes just vibing to the beat. Are they playable in alpha yet? My kids have definitely learned them from me. When I was growing up, my parents managed to shield me extraordinarily well. And it wasn't until I saw a word written on the wall at school and I was like, what does that mean? And everybody went, shh, don't say that. And I was like, why? If I'm not supposed to say it, why is it written on the wall? Shouldn't have taught me to read. In hindsight, I'm kind of surprised they didn't clean it off the wall. I'm not doing this thing. I'm not doing it. I'm here looking for rares, and I'm looking for herbs and ore. Actually, no, I'm not looking for herbs and ore. I got enough of them. So, we're maybe looking for 6 rares. Could also do the emissary. That would work too. The 2000s to about 2015 was wild in terms of language. A little bit. It's a weird culture. Oh, hey, treasure chest. I'm really tempted to just try. I'm really tempted to just try and turn in this quest and see if it'll get me 2 and a bit levels. It might. It might. I don't really have a lot of teleports yet, though. They give you Nostwin's vouchers from stuff, but you have to do some stuff to get them in the first place. If gnomes could become druids, would you make one? Probably, I think. I don't see why not. That's a funny story, Pet Peppy. You could explore your way to 20, right? I kind of thought that these were NPCs and that they would, I thought those NPCs were players that were about to summon the rare in question. are you talking about? Laurel Sage Feather? That's my guild leader. What was the first risque book you read? I remember Jaws having some spicy passages. There's a Jaws book? That's wild. My first book that had stuff like that in it was, well, actually, I don't know what's in Jaws, but I pulled a copy of the Earth Children series from Jean M. Auel, starting with Clan of the Cave Bear. And those books have a great deal of adult content in them. And more so than adult content, like really messed up stuff. And at the time, I was so young that I didn't really understand what I was reading, so it didn't really traumatize me. I was just like, that's weird. I didn't really get it. Read those as a middle schooler. Yeah, I think it had, my family had a copy of them, and I just pulled them off the shelf, and I think my mom hadn't read them in so long she forgot what was in them. And I remember telling a school librarian what I was reading, because I was trying to impress her by telling her I was reading like a grown-up book. And my school librarian, who had read them, was horrified. It's not why people bought the book. It's the books are it's like a fiction epic, but there's definitely some scenes in there. Clan of the Cave Bear. It's a series about prehistoric people in Europe, and the interactions between Neanderthals and more modern people living in the same area at the same time. Yeah. Oh. I haven't read them in a long time. I think the later books got quite bad, just in terms of not being very interesting or good writing. Like, it starts out like as an actually kind of fascinating story, but the after a while you've got a little bit of a Mary Sue situation where the protagonist is just like, everyone likes her, and she does everything the best, and she invents all of these modern things, and she just travels from place to place, changing everybody's lives with how smart and funny and cool and hot she is. And the only flaw she has is that she can't sing, but actually she sounds fine. That's the only character flaw they could possibly think of to give her. It's she's not all that well rounded. What am I doing here? I'm doing a world quest. Pet peeve. Although it happens in a lot of like really popular books, but yeah, very much a prehistoric Mary Sue. Domesticates animals that could not have been domesticated in that time, and some still now. Yeah. Yeah, she had a lot of animal friends. I remember really, like, in hindsight, a lot of the books that I read a lot as a kid were books about children and young people surviving alone in the wilderness. It was that one. There was Hatchet. There were a few other ones. Some of them were like children just surviving without adults, so your boxcar kids and stuff like that. But a lot of like wilderness solo survival stories, which are really gripping when you're like a kid and you don't have any responsibilities or freedom, to imagine the polar opposite of having so much responsibility and freedom that you are probably going to die. Kind of a big pendulum swing there. Yeah, Lord of the Flies, I had that one. Although that's a lot of kids surviving without adults. I just read Hatchet in school and I think it scarred me. I love that book. I don't know if I would read it again now, though. Gary Paulson. I read it a lot as a kid. We had to read it for school, but then I kept it. I might have stolen it from the library. I think I had a library copy that I just never gave back. Jaws was on the New York Times bestseller list for 44 weeks. I don't know if you're pranking me. I have to Google this. Was Jaws a book? Why don't I believe you? It was a novel by American writer Peter Benchley, published in 1974. Huh. I don't know why I thought it was just for movies. That's funny. Boxcar Children, such a fire series. Loved them as a kid. Wait, what? She had to put her hair in a messy bun, bluebell eyes, and found out her mom sold her to One Direction to add all the talk back when I was in school. Oh dear. recently thinking about Hatchet and wondering how it would hold up to read as an adult. I bet you it would hold up well enough. You know what I kind of want to revisit is The Giver. That book was foundational for me. I liked that one a lot. I know they made a movie that I never saw. I don't know if I have it in me to check that out. Ooh, I should put Moonfire on my bar so I can pull stuff from range. That'll help. Need to get some of these bats. The Giver was a book. Oh yeah. Or you just having me back the way I had you. Like passages from those books felt so vivid to me at the time, to the point that I can still remember like when the Giver gives him the memory of the sledding. I feel it still now, and I haven't read it in years and years and years. You will never find the fan fiction. Giver is a series. I don't know if I ever read any more of them. That blew my mind. Yeah, I only knew about the first one. I did really like the idea of just getting to a certain age in society, having like a cute ceremony to give me my place in the world so that I didn't have to do any of it myself. That I know it was supposed to be dystopian, but I found it to be very appealing as a kid that was terrified about the prospect of having to grow up, talk to strangers, and find employment somehow. What % verse can you start the solo Mythic Plus, you figure? You don't need a whole lot of it if you're 740. You get to 740. To solo like low Mythic Plus, I don't think you need a whole lot. But I'm guessing. I'm hard guessing. Cat Wings. I don't know if I read that. I read Silver Wing. Kenneth Opal. Bats. I read a bunch of those. Hi, Hazel. How are you? Hi, Scarlet. Nowadays, dystopian stories better than real life. Still have my childhood copy. I hate making decisions. Yeah, it's not my favorite either. Reading Jurassic Park, and when the movie came out, no one believed there had been a book. I didn't know there was a Jurassic Park book. Let's do Magic of Flight, huh? Although, you know what, we can turn this in now. No, I can't, because I still don't have a teleport up. I guess, you know what I have is I have $1 on Hearthstone. Better than the movie. Can you think of any movie that was better than the book? Oh, there are some examples. There are. What are they? Movies that are better than the books. Ooh, I need to think about this. That's a really interesting question. I think they do exist. Thought the Gone Girl movie was better than the book. What was a bad book that turned into a good movie? Stardust movie better than the book? Les Mis! Oh, man. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Really, really. I was thinking about Twilight, but then I was thinking, I don't know if that's fair. Because I like both the movies and the books for different reasons, with the full understanding that neither one of them are particularly, you know, particularly highbrow forms of media. And then I was going to say 50 Shades just because the book barely functions as a book and the movie at least had actors saying things, you know. So that wait, by the technical sense of the term, maybe that might count. I don't know though. It probably better as a movie since it leaves out that scene at the end. I can flight form now. I can. Also, you know what else I can do is I can get into a normal Emerald Nightmare, and I'm actually like almost all the way over here, so I'm just gonna do it. I think it's gonna be enjoyable without being good. Some of the Lord of the Rings scenes better than their movies. I was trying to think if there was a section, not that it's a movie, but a section in the middle of Game of Thrones where the TV show was doing better than the books. Obviously, the ending was a disaster. And the beginning actually held very tightly to what the books had, which I think was partly why it was so good. The middle, they definitely divulged a bit. And some of the, you know, some of Dance with Dragons is a bit of a thing. Do I have any biscuits? I do have some biscuits. But I don't know. 50 Shades started as Twilight fanfic, still crazy she could publish them. There's a lot of that nowadays. Like, a lot of movies have been made off of books that were originally fan fictions that they just kind of scraped the original references out of. It's a whole thing. There was like an Anne Hathaway movie that started out as a Harry Styles fanfic. There's a new one coming out. I just read an article about there's like a really famous Harry Potter fanfic that's being un-Harry Potterized to alchemized or something. I don't know, to be turned into like a movie. A surprising amount of them get away with it. Like start out as fan fiction, whether that's a good thing or not. This is Darkheart Thicket. Why am I unable to find Emerald Nightmare? What's wrong with me? Isn't it over here? Have I not like unlocked it or something? I'm having a moment. Honestly, I think AI can help people flesh out ideas for their fanfics. People could turn story ideas into a choose-your-own adventure. Maybe. I wouldn't be real excited to read a fanfic that was AI-assisted. But I'm a big old hater. Alchemy is really blowing up on Book Talk right now. I am gonna see if I can get into a Emerald Nightmare. Normal. Three Dramione fanfics published this year alone. I enjoyed the game Blood and Gold Caribbean, and it's an awful game. The Harry Potter series is supposed to be filthy and afraid to read it even at my advanced age. Have not read, will never read 50 Shades. Yeah, it's... Why did I read it? I read it because it was getting a lot of buzz and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. It's remarkable to what extent it barely holds together just as a story. The writing is really hard to get through. Setting aside any need for the S&M to be very accurate to good S&M practices, because I don't think that that actually is like my smallest complaint with it. I don't think that fiction needs to portray things in their best practices version, because it's a story. It's not a manual, hopefully. Fingers crossed. You know, I think we need to allow space for villains and storylines to still do bad things. It's a little icky if they're romanticizing it and if there's never any like consequences written in, but I still think you have to let space for that. Otherwise, we're only going to have stories about good people doing good things, and then we're just back to parables. But the writing is just really hard. I only got through 17 of the Shades. Great writing compared to what I heard some women read nowadays. Well, you just said you didn't read it, though. I don't want to trash the things that are popular with women because they're popular with women. That's a little problematic. Doing Emerald Nightmare at 20? Sure, I'm trying to, anyway. I guess I could always make a group myself. This person doesn't seem to want to invite me. How do you read manga? Not anymore. I had a phase though. When I was like a tween, 12 to 14, anime and manga. Find a group. Start a group. Emerald Nightmare normal. Normal. How many people do I want for like just a regular normal? should have said I heard it's great writing. Hi, he's live, everybody. How you doing? Quit just before Shadowlands. Wouldn't hurt to get a few 70s in here. Convert to raid. Raid difficulty normal. Nice. We need a couple of ringers. Thank you. That'll do. That's better. Now we can take whoever. I'm sure you need like minimum 10. Can you go all the way up to 20 or 25? I guess there's maximum size required for this activity. Item level 3! That person's carrying the heck out of their friend / alt. 18, 19, 20? I don't see why you couldn't get to like 25. 30 is max. Flex just like on retail. Okay. I'll zone in. We're not using RC loot cancel, that's for sure. 7, 29, 30. Welcome to the raid, suck you bussin'. Wow, the names. Okay, we're gonna hide our groups here. Do we have any scrolls of summoning? Actually, I might need to show the group so that I can do some summons. That player also needs a summon. Do you know anything about Breezebiter? 200 plus kills? Is there something I'm missing? I haven't done it yet, but my understanding it's just RNG. You're just getting unlucky. It'll drive you crazy. I've been there. Sometimes you're just a statistical outlier. You're not doing anything wrong. I don't know that there is, as long as you're killing Breezebiter, I don't think there is anything you could do wrong. We can do all assist as well. I hope it drops on kill 201. It'll be cool to see how good this experience is. I'm starting at level 20 exactly. And my XP bonus is 230? 249 actually. Over under getting this raid done by 12? I think that the boss kills are going to be super fast and we almost have everybody here, but I do think that there's just a lot of running in this raid. I don't think I'm going to replace anybody. We have 30 people, it should be fine. I also won't lie to you. I know over under has to do with odds. I don't really understand it though. I've never understood that. There will be two numbers and I won't really know what they mean. I don't know how to translate them into something that makes sense in my head. If it's not just like a vanilla percentage, like a 5% chance or a 1% chance, you know. Are you asking or just stating that? I think I'm just sharing. You're welcome to try to explain them to me. It may or may not get through. I don't love the odds of it working, but it is. I'm open to listening. I don't want to. That's alright. I think we can all get through our days. Oh, gear. And then why is it over and under, you know? Who's going over and who's going under? Is it limbo? Underwater? Under the sea? Under the sea. This will help me. Not really with any of my research. It's okay. Biggest complaint in writing is when it becomes inconsistent. You build up to one thing, then totally change it because the audience expects it. I have a lot of criticism about writing that is rich as somebody who does not have any better ideas. Like, I'm that annoying person that loves to point out all the things I don't like, but I don't know what I would want them to do better. I don't have any ideas about how to fix it. I would be a terrible editor. I would just read it and I would be like, well, this sucks and this is no good and I don't like this. And then be like, oh, well, what should I do about that? And I'd be like, quit. This is why I'm not an editor or a beta reader. Have you seen Pluribus? Hearing a lot of traction on the pilot came out recently. I heard that too. I haven't watched it. It's an Apple TV one. I don't have that sub right now. Next time it comes back around, maybe if they ever release another Severance season, I would catch up on it then. Don't need to be a chef to know your food is poorly cooked. I suppose so. It's nice if you know what's wrong with it. Makes you slightly more helpful. I'm surprised that it's almost noon already. I'm not very fast. I'm just gonna auto run and hope for the best. You really shouldn't be surprised by that. You've been doing it for years. What, complaining about things with no solutions? Slow and steady. I almost never make it all the way. Oh, look at these people clearing all the trash. That's nice. Oh, no, seeing it become noon soon. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Levels. I'm a simple person. Unless you're Tarantino or Kubrick or Hitchcock, you should probably stick to the basic elements of a story. Wouldn't that prevent there from ever being any more? Like, if everyone followed that advice, there would never be another visionary along the lines of those and other directors. You know, if only certain people are allowed to take risks, then everybody else by default becomes boring. I like that people make badly made media. I just need to reserve the right to talk smack about it. I don't want them to have not made it. Sometimes you have to make a bunch of bad things to get to anything that's worthwhile. I would rather people just make the terrible thing than be too paralyzed by the thought of making something terrible to even try. Almost nobody makes bad media on purpose, I guess. I don't know. Some things are made to be terrible. Especially nowadays, if you feel like you can get media and therefore attraction and clicks and attention by just making something actually horrific, people will probably target that category, you know? If you can get a bunch of YouTubers talking about how stupid it is, it's exposure. You probably tried really hard writing your Winnie the Pooh fanfiction, and it's probably okay at best, but you did your best. You're probably better off for having done it. You know, you stretched a creative muscle that day. I'm being rude. I was about to ask if people really write Winnie the Pooh fanfiction, and then I thought, of course, someone must. Good for them. Fun fact, I have an IMDb credit as an actor. Really? Can you tell us any more? Without doxing yourself? Were you an extra? Did you get a bit role? Are you secretly... Oh, think of an actor, think of an actor. Any actor. Living actor. Pedro Pascal. There we go. Found one. Too many of the Boo horror movies came out the year the copyright lapsed, so people do still write fanfic. Julia Roberts, there you go. Henry Cavill, he plays well. Good, good. Hope he enjoys it. Tony Collette, is that you? I've just been Tom Cruise in a mask this whole time. I wonder if I'll survive this boss. Sometimes I struggle to. Tom Cruise control through the raid. Look at this going properly. That's nice. We're level 27. It's coming along. There's a few demons in Emerald Nightmare, but there's not very many. Quest to find 3 of these hidden caches in the Broken Shore? Why? Oh, yeah. What am I gonna have to do for my Argus one when that comes out? Legion Remix, Exploration. Because for the Argus one, they're gonna give us the Bulwark of Manaroth, and you need to do just 2 of these. So if you do the rep, and then you do Triumvirate and the raid, that'll do it. Carabus and the one with 3 item levels. No, you mean Succubus. Unless there's 2. Oh, there are 2 of them. Probably not. They're level 73. How are there multiples of them? They're different realms too. I don't think those characters have anything to do with each other. That mage is dead every time. Don't know how they manage it. I can't judge. I die a lot in these raids. I tend to like fall behind or get targeted by something. This is my last remix alt. I don't even need it for the mounts. I actually bought the mounts already. I didn't think at the time that I was going to level these characters, so I spent some bronze on buying the mounts. That makes sense. How are they going to stretch it out for another 71 days? I mean, the last phase will come out, and then the rest of it is just lots of time for people to get caught up if they started late. I'm sure there's plenty of people that are not starting Legion Remix until it's all available, so they can just kind of catch up on it a bit faster, which is a reasonable thing to do, and you want to give them lots of time to sort that out. We're fully able to get class mounts in Remix now. Word on the street is that some of them were working and that some of them weren't. So it put me off bothering with it altogether. I've given up. That boss died. But you should be able to, technically, because the Broken Shore is available now. They patched the ones that were not working. Okay. Getting 999 so I can carry those people. You can get them now? Confirmed? Because I got them. Alright. The original class mounts. At least a hot fix yesterday should fix them. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Oh, hey, my interrupt. Well. Stick skull bash over here. We're gonna need it. these are aberrations, which is a little sad. Oh, a lot of people died. I'm just gonna heal myself. I'm scared. I think we're gonna make it to the end of this raid right on time. Oh, today's stream went so fast. My farming group died. Aw, I'm sorry. Tomorrow we could keep working on this. We could also, if we feel like it, put some time in on Kaiveza. I'm kind of trying to pick my day for that. I'm trying to make sure I'm in a good mood with like a lot of buffer. If we do it when we're kind of crabby to begin with, we're not setting ourselves up for a good time. Nice. Thank you, everyone. Off we go. Oh, thanks for the combo. You only know if you have enough buffer right before you start stream. True, exactly. That's why I can't commit to it in advance. Kaiveza just kind of clicked for me one pull. So your muscle memory kicked in. You were training for it. I did start to feel like after that couple hours that I spent on it that the I did start to feel like the facing the clones was going better, but I definitely need some work on Cup Game. And it sucks that you have to do like 3 or 4 rounds of clones before you can even try it. Throw attempts at things until it just clicks? That's true. It's basically progression rating. It just sucks when you're the only person responsible for how gnarly your repair builds are. Had to do Cup Game intermission like 4 times. So fast to turn around. It is very fast. I was doing drills in the hallway. I was putting raid markers around myself and then trying to practice just going wah, 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 with accompanying duck sounds. The one thing I do want to do before we go is I want to collect all my bronze onto a character and then spend it. Oh, I didn't even have a helmet on. Also, I want to find out what my level is. 32 is the level that we got to there. 32 for getting to 20, doing an Emerald Nightmare, and turning in 1 infinite research quest. Have you ever tried to jump off the south side? I have flown off the sides, generally. Let me make a Demon Hunter. And then we'll just buy the thing and then we'll be done. Interest in the MDI that's currently going on? Not really my thing. I haven't followed one in a while. If you just jump, a bronze drake comes and picks you up. Accidentally capped putting all my bronze on one. Twice. Nice shirt. In game or like my Demon Hunter? How many servers do you think are left with the name K-pop still available for a Demon Hunter? I bet you some of those were taken already. Okay, so all we have to do for this. Very little. Oh, in-game, but I do like the shirt. What happened in 1973? I think the clothing company Roots was founded. I had somebody stop me in the street to ask me that once. I was out for a walk with my dog wearing this shirt, and a guy calls out to me from his balcony where he's just like hanging out, which scared the daylights out of me because I was walking by and my dog was like sniffing around, walking kind of slow, and I hadn't clocked that anybody was there. And he's like, what happened in 1973? And then I kind of like awkwardly explained, and he was like, oh, okay, yeah. Thought maybe it was like a sporting event or something. And I'm like, yeah, you'd think. International 7-game series against Russia in hockey. Does look like a sporting adventure. I think that's the theme of it. I like it because it's big and comfy. That was not when Canada was born. I know, because when we had the Canadian Centennial, a bunch of stuff was renamed to like Canada Avenue and whatever. And I know that happened a long time ago because those things have had that name for some amount of time. How old is Canada anyway? Not that old in the grand scheme of things. How old is Canada? But it's older than it was when I was born because I'm older. 1867, which makes it 158-ish. Somewhere in there. Math, you know. Fun to dig up a bunch of things that happened in 73 to mess with people. What am I doing? I was going to check the toy vendor for one. There it is. Yeah, Skull of Corruption. So it's 100K to contemplate a skull. A little rich. But we'll pull it together. You can't make me do maths. Alright, we'll buy that and then we'll be done. Obtained after 7 attempts. Wow. Nice. Okay. I will go pull the currency back off of this character before I delete her. Historically significant skull, right? Before I forget, but then I don't think we can afford anything else today. Put it back on Crawdad. I'm gonna forget to delete that character and I'm gonna trip on her in ages and I'm gonna forget completely what it was about. Hi, Moose. You getting up, buddy? I was there in 1967. I still have some Centennial coins. Cool name. Hair in your name, maybe? Yeah. It's a little hard to remember. Transfer. Pull it all. Alandrin. I don't love it. It's doing a little too much. It's no crawdad. Alright. That's my bronze recovered, and I gotta go. Do you think there'll be Cold Tier and Paladins in Midnight? Maybe? I would say no, though. I feel like if they were going to do it, they would have done it already. I'll be back tomorrow. I have a Sunday morning stream. I will be here. We're going to do probably some more remix, maybe some Kaivezo for feeling it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Appreciate the company, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.